Morning. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make a nice healthy pancake for those that don't want to give up those yummy carbs. There's always alternate versions of them that won't make you feel guilty after eating them. So today I'm gonna be making some vanilla protein pancakes with some cinnamon, and then you can throw some fruit on top or just regular maple syrup. I use 100% natural syrup, maple syrup, so that I don't feel as guilty pouring that on my pancakes. So I'm just gonna go over what I'm doing. And as I always do with most of my meals, I try to find ways to meal prep it or do bulk of it in advance so that I can save some time when I go to do it the morning of. So I've already made a batch of it. I've actually cooked it, but now I'm gonna be prepping some and doing my own like little pancake mix, homemade pancake mix, and putting them in Ziploc bags. I already put the instructions for the wet ingredients to put in there, and so I can know what to add after the day of when I go to cook them. But I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be putting in for the dry ingredients, and then I'll just tell you guys what to add for the wet. So you want to be adding 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So I'm just gonna do that. And I'm just gonna throw it in right in here because I mean it's pretty simple to mix it up once it's in there. Then you're gonna use 1 cup of almond flour. This is the kind that I buy. If you can find a bigger one online, it's probably the cheapest way to go if you can. I use almond flour for a lot of things now since I've started to eat clean. So I would recommend buying almond flour online so you can get a bigger package, especially because this is 1 cup, so it's already almost finishing my whole bag already. So 1 cup of almond flour. I'm gonna throw that right in there. And then 1/2 cup of coconut flour. So I use this one for coconut flour. Again, you can buy this online. It's probably gonna be a lot cheaper. These tend to run a little bit more expensive because again, it's organic, natural ingredients, and so it's gonna cost a little bit more in the store. But you can save a little bit of money by ordering online, buy a bigger package. This package is a 16-ounce bag. It's lasted me a while because I don't use, usually the recipes I use for coconut flour is usually 1/2 cup, usually. It's not that much. So I'm gonna throw that in there. 1/2 cup of flour. And that is it for it. Oh, I'm sorry. And then of course the protein, or what I use is my Shakeology packets. So I'm gonna use 1.5. It's 1.5 scoops. So if you have the bag, you can do 1.5 scoops, or you can do 1.5 bags of the Shakeology packets. So this is my vanilla protein, but it actually also works as your daily dose of multivitamins. So you can throw that in there. So you're actually eating your vegetables and fruits in a pancake mix. So which is kind of sweet. It's a little harder for me with the packet, so I have to actually measure it out with the scoop once I take out the other 1/2. So I just throw in my scoop in here, or make sure I measure 1/2 of it, or just about. All right, and that's pretty much it for the dry ingredients. So you can see now I can store it in here, and it's ready to go when I go to cook it. All right, so I'm just gonna mix that up here. You can mix it up better, obviously, once you go to cook it. But now for the wet ingredients, okay? And I'm not gonna add that now. I've already done a batch. I'm gonna show you how it looks after. But you're gonna be using some unsweetened almond milk. I use original. I don't use flavored. If you want, you can use vanilla flavored if you want add a little bit more taste to it. So you're gonna add 1/2 cup of almond milk, 3 large eggs, and then you're gonna be also adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and that is it. So I wrote that on here: 1/2 cup of almond milk, 3 eggs, and 1 teaspoon vanilla to add to the mix once you go to cook it. And then I use coconut oil as my batter, or I guess you can call it, before you put it into the frying pan for the pancakes. And this is how it comes out. They look delicious. And so it's a little simple. Obviously it doesn't have salt, it doesn't have sugar, just the natural sugar that's in the Shakeology, which is stevia. If you want to add a little bit more sweetness to it, I would recommend not to put too much, but you could add a little honey to that mix as well, the wet, before you cook it, or you can add it after. But like I said, I do use all natural maple syrup, and this for me has plenty of sugar in it for me to get that sugar tasted in my breakfast. So I hope this helps you guys sticking to a clean eating meal plan, and you're still getting your carb fix. So hope you guys have an awesome day.